one in college.
I thought you were a movie journalist in college.
I was in the entertainment section, so I did
Oh,
movies
gotcha.
and games. I did Borderlands 2.
Okay, no, not all game journalists are douchebags, but the ones
Just
that
the
work for
negative
like
ones are.
IGN and Kotaku and like the big name
The
companies.
negative ones are douchebags. If you still have something nice to say about the game, it works out. It's fair. That's how I always did my reports. Sorry, I talk about beverage.
So the stream is up. You should be able to see it.
Yep, I'm on.
So I'm gonna do a thing, but if you ever do get these games, don't do what I'm doing. This class that I'm picking is the Thief. It comes with a master key that unlocks a lot of places. You can choose the master key for any class as a starting gift, but the Thief gets it for free by default. So you can pick Black Firebombs. Don't do this on your first run. It makes the game so fucking trivial. Like, there's actually no challenge in the first few levels because of this. I am going to skip cutscenes because, again, mostly just showing you the way the game works, and I want to avoid lore spoilers in case you're into that.
It's all good.
So, every enemy you kill gives you souls. Just got 20 from him. I'd get 20 from him. Everything in this entire area would give me 20 until I start fighting the ones that have weapons.
What, when you die, you lose one soul or multiple?
When you die, all the souls in that little counter on the bottom right go away. But they're not gone. I'll show you here in just a minute. Like, okay, I lit this bonfire. These are checkpoints. Every time you rest at one of these, every enemy that you've killed respawns. And they return to their original positions as well, in the case of enemies that were moved before resting. Now, let's say that I die, right? I don't want to die, because I have 20 souls. Have a good day. But this guy, he's gonna kill me. And I'm just gonna let him. But he doesn't seem to be very good at it, you know? That second swing of his comes out way too early. And I'm dead. Pay attention to where I died, though. I died right in front of that door.
I'm still watching, you're not even dead yet.
It'll catch up in a sec.
Oh, now you're dead.
So, once I respawn, you'll see in the bottom right that I have 0 souls. However, as soon as I open the door, because of where I died, there's a little black, red, and green puddle here. If I interact with it, I get my souls back. All 20 of them. And I have to fight this guy again.
Oh, so it's like wherever you die, your inventory stays right there. You just gotta interact with it again.
Specifically souls and humanities. Items and armor and weapons that you've got stay with you. Like, you could see that I had the black fire bombs before and after I died, even before I picked up my souls.
Yeah.
But no, like, see what I mean when I say that the way that I've got things set up makes this game trivial? The starting gift for black fire bombs gives you 10 of them, and it only took 5 to kill him. But there's another bonfire right after him, because you're actually not supposed to fight him the first time around. You're supposed to run away, but I'm built different. Yeah, you're supposed to do what that guy's doing. To me, yeah, he's doing the smart thing. He's running away. Another reason the thief makes this game trivial is his weapon. It's a very fast-hitting but low-damage dagger. But what makes it powerful is the fact that it deals bleed, which over time it builds up a bleed counter on the enemy you're hitting. And if the bleed counter ever maxes out, it does a solid chunk of their health. Yes, I will listen, but no, I won't actually listen because spoilers. Blah, blah, blah. Goodbye, buddy. So, from that guy, I got the healing item, the Estus Flask. It is a limited use item, but let's say you run out completely. Doesn't matter. Long as you can get to a bonfire, it refills it back to full.
What does that flask do? What did it give you?
What do you mean?
Like, when you drank it, what did it do? Did it give a buff or something?
So, it didn't do anything for me because I'm already at full health, but it just heals you. It's basically health potion. And throughout the game, there are ways to make the flask heal you more, so that you don't have to drink as many to get the same amount. And there are also ways to get more uses of the flask. Like, there's a thing called kindling, which strengthens the bonfires, the checkpoints in the game. By making the bonfires stronger, you actually get more Estus. So, like, this bonfire is directly tied to a character called a Firekeeper. All bonfires that are tied directly to Firekeepers are automatically kindled one time. Meaning instead of 5 Estus flasks, it gives me 10.
Oh. It was like a buff bonfire.
Yep. And those buffs are permanent. Once you've kindled a bonfire, it lasts until the end of the game. Actually, I think it lasts throughout... I can't remember if it lasts, like, to the end or beyond. I think it lasts beyond, actually. But, so
There's
now
more
that
to
I've...
this game after you beat it?
Yes. Once you beat the game, you unlock what's called New Game Plus. In the case of Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2, you can actually choose to stay in your current cycle permanently if you want. All of your bosses will be dead after a certain amount of things have been done. But in Dark Souls 2, there's ways to resurrect your bosses. But in Dark Souls 3, they're just gone. But once you've beaten the game in this one, it automatically puts you back in the Undead Asylum, the very first level that I just left. You have all of your gear. You have all of your stats. You are not reset in the slightest. Like, you are just as powerful as you were at the end of the game. But everything in the New Game Plus run is stronger than the first run. And that buff continues throughout every cycle that you go through. In the first time that you beat the game, enemies become, I think, 25% or 50% stronger. That's damage and health-wise. The second time is 75 or 25% or something like that. But it goes like that up until New Game Plus 7. Once you have beaten the game 8 times, it stops getting harder.
So people actually beat this game 8 times? for fun?
Oh, you have no idea, dude. I've beat this game like 60-something times. And
What the hell?
the reason for it, you will never, under any circumstances, find everything in one run. You will not find everything in 5 or even 10 runs. There are so many little secrets and little tricks and different things to find in this game. You have to run through it as often as possible to find everything. If you run through it one time and quit, you are missing out on 90% of the game. Like, there are NPCs in the game that have quest lines that completely lock you out of other NPC quest lines. So, obviously you have to do it more than once so that you can try all those. But then there's also some NPCs that if you defeat a certain boss in the wrong way or in the wrong order, then you're locked out of them. Some NPCs, if you don't help them right away, then you're out of them. There's just so many little things to, like, find and learn. You cannot get to it all in one run.
Damn, so you actually have to beat the game multiple times just to get other stuff?
You could technically unlock every item in the game on the first run, but you cannot get everything. It's impossible to 100% clear the game in a single run. Real quick, the stream might show like a... the stream might show a blue screen for a minute. I'm just adding Kin to the chat. Never mind, he's... I'm gonna go ahead and add him so that, like, when he's ready, he can hop in. Alright.
Alright.
But, what were you saying?
Oh, like, once you beat the game and you restart, do you keep everything you had before and then just get more things, or do you have to restart your whole character?
You keep everything. So, like, right now I'm level 5. But by the end of the game, I'm usually around level 200, 206, give or take. By beating the game, I am put back in the very beginning of the game, but I am still at level 206. And I still have all of the items, all of the upgrades, all of the equipment that I had before. The only thing that beating the game removes from your character are key items, things that are required to progress in the story. There is also the mechanic about humanity. This game does have multiplayer. It's actually the best part of the game. In this game and in Dark Souls 3, you have to have a special status to use multiplayer effectively. In Dark Souls 3, it's Ember. You have to be embered in order to connect to other players. But in Dark Souls 1, it's human. You have to be human to connect. Right now, I am human, which means not only can I summon other players to help me, I can also be invaded by other players who want to kill me.
Like real life players?
Yes.
So if you were like another character, would that other character be able to invade you, or you just can't play with online people?
What do you mean?
You said you need to be a human to play with other humans. Is there like another like species you can be?
So technically you swap species mid-game, like over and over and over again. There are two states that your character can exist in. There's hollow and then there's human. Hollow is when, like, it's how you start the game. If you'll give me a minute, I'll kill myself and you can take a look. But right now, I am human. You can tell I'm human because I look human. But if I stand around and let these guys kill me, you can see the white mist fading off of me. That is my souls and my humanity fading away. And when I respawn, you can see that I am no longer really human. I am now what is considered a hollow.
Oh. So, now that you're, like a hollow, no one can join you?
That's correct. I can still be summoned, but only as an ally. There's an item called the White Sign Soapstone that you can use at any point, whether you are human or hollow. By using that item, you allow other players to summon you to help them, but unless you're human, you cannot summon. You can only be summoned.
So, when you invade, can you take what they have, or you just kill them just to kill them?
So, you kill them and you will receive a reward for the fight. Whether it's souls, humanity, a special covenant item. Covenants are basically just organizations that offer rewards for doing jobs for them. Every covenant changes what that job is.
Yeah.
There's the Warriors of Sunlight, which is the most popular covenant. They are a cooperative covenant. They reward you for helping other players, but offer nothing for fighting them. So if you allow other players to summon you, and then you help them kill the boss of the area you're in, you will be given 1 Sunlight Medal. Interesting tidbit about the Warriors of Sunlight, anyone that beats a boss while a Warrior of Sunlight is in their world also receives a Sunlight Medal. So you don't even have to be in the Covenant to get the rewards for it. You just have to summon someone who is. And then there's the Dark Wraiths. The Dark Wraiths are a PvP covenant. They reward you heavily for fighting other players, and even give you other benefits to make it easier to fight them. Like, there's an item called the Dark Hand. If you use the Dark Hand on a player, you will actually drain humanity from them. So, like, you can see in the top left there's that gray circle with a 1 in it. That is my humanity counter. It shows that I have 1 humanity. If a Dark Wraith were to invade me right now and use the Dark Hand, they would take that away from me. And I would be left with 0 humanity. Whereas they would gain 1.
So do people just randomly get invaded? Or
Yep.
is it like you choose who to invade?
It's random invasions.
So for you to invade someone, do you have to go to a specific place, or do you just open your menu and join someone?
So, in order to invade, you need one of 4 items. You need a cracked red eye orb, a red eye orb, a blue eye orb, or the Cat Covenant ring. If you have the Cat Covenant ring, as long as you wear it, you can be randomly summoned to a specific part of the game if someone goes in there. And if somebody goes in there and you get summoned, you will not only get souls for killing them, you also get reward items like upgrade materials, red eye orbs, that kind of thing. Like, it'll just give you random items as a reward for winning. And if you kill 50 players in that covenant, you get a ring that allows you to do like acrobatic flips that offer you like twice the number of iframes normal rolls and dodges do. In the case of a cracked or a regular red-eye orb, they will search for human players in whatever area you're standing in. And if they find a human player in that area, then you will invade them. The blue-eye orb works a little differently. There's a certain part of the game where you can kill an NPC to change the entire area. If you do that, the blue-eye orb can summon blue enemies, blue invaders. And they get what's called a souvenir of reprisal for killing you.
So are the blue people better or worse?
The blue people are sad. Like, there's never been a better metaphor for depression. It's quite literally turned them blue. The whole thing about that is they are called the Dark Moon Blade Covenant. And the Dark Moon Blades are the punishers of the guilty. They basically invade invaders. If somebody invades people a lot and gets reported a lot, the Dark Moons can invade them. But the problem is this game is so, well, it's so dead, nobody's getting reported anymore. So the Dark Moons actually have nothing to do. Which is very sad, because the reward you get for leveling up that covenant is the best spell-based reward in the entire game.
So people can't even get the best things because the game's dead now.
It is possible to farm regular enemies for the item. There's a place called the Painted World with a bunch of crow-like enemies, and there's like a 5 or 10% chance that they'll drop a souvenir of reprisal, which is the Covenant item for the Dark Moons. So you can farm for it outside of invasions, it's just you can get them faster through invasions. But yeah, now that nobody really plays the game, it's that much harder to get the item. On the bright side, if you have friends, there is a very reliable way to farm it. Have one of your buddies kill the NPC, chill out in the same area together, and just spam the blue-eye orb. Because of how bad because of how unlikely you are to invade someone, you are that much more likely to invade your friend. Which means you can just kill them, get a souvenir, and repeat.
But that's unfair to like, the farming part, but like is there any possible way you can like literally do it without having to farm, like not knowing the person?
I mean, it is possible still, because there are some folks that still kill that NPC to gain easy access to another thing. But, the most reliable way to do it is to farm a friend. But no, if you want a game where, like, invasions and multiplayer is still heavily active, Dark Souls 3 is the game for you. It's not only easier than Dark Souls 1, but it's also a lot more active. Just, avoid Dark Souls 2. Like, avoid it like the plague.
It's not that good.
So, let me put it into perspective for you. There's 2 enemies in that room standing in the middle of the room, and a third enemy in the back corner that's coming up to chase me right now. That is considered a clusterfuck by this game's standards because of what these enemies are. These are some of the harder enemies in the early areas, so having 3 of them in one room like that is rough. But you can bait them out, you can fight them one at a time. If you're gutsy enough, you can just run past them. There's another bit just up ahead where that dude firing magic at me is, that's got like 19 basic hollow enemies. And in that room, you can't just run through. Because if you do, you're going to get hit. And if you get hit, you're going to be staggered. And if you're staggered, everything in that room is going to hit you twice, and then you're going to die. That room up there is the entirety of Dark Souls 2. Every single area has way too many enemies. It's impossible to just run through. And if you try and bait them out one by one, you're going to end up dragging 5 or 6 of them instead of just one. Like, you can't relax when you're playing that game. And to top it all off, in Dark Souls 1 and 3, you have to be human or embered in order to be invaded. In Dark Souls 2, you just have to exist. You can be invaded at any time, whether you're human, embered, or not. So, you have people that, like, play that game religiously for the PvP. And a result of that is they will invade like 20 or 30 times every few minutes, and they'll just 2-hit kill players that are at like half health. Because in Dark Souls 2, every time you die, if you don't go human, your maximum HP is reduced.
So even being hollow this time, you can still be invaded?
In Dark Souls 2,
so there's, like,
yes.
no avoiding invasion.
Exactly. In Dark Souls 2, you cannot avoid being invaded.
Damn, that sucks.
And as I said, every time you die, your maximum HP is reduced. So like, if you start off with 100 health, and then you die, you're down to 80. Die again, you're down to 60. Die again, you're down to 50, and that's where you stay. The only way to fix it is to go human. Ouch.
Oh, even like a starter person can be invaded?
Yep. Once you get to a certain point in the game, you can be invaded no matter what level you are. However, the way it works, you have to be within the right level range. Dark Souls 2 fucked it up in so many ways. In 1 and 3, it is your level, like your character's level, plus or minus 10%. So take 10% of your level and add it. That is the highest level that can connect to you. 10% of your level subtracted from your level is the lowest level character that can connect to you. But, oh, fuck. I didn't heal in time. Oh well. But in Dark Souls 2, they created what's called soul memory tiers. Every single time that you kill an enemy, you gain soul memory. Soul memory is the grand total sum of every soul you have collected throughout your entire run. And not just the current cycle, I mean like, if you've beaten the game 20 times on one character, you have 20 runs worth of soul memory added up to that one character. And if your soul
So you get
memory,
invaded and die.
then your soul memory stays the same. See, that's where Dark Souls 2 screwed up. They added something that didn't need to be added. Because there's current souls, which is how many souls you currently have available to use, and there's soul memory, which is the total number of souls you have earned ever. And if your character has like a soul memory of 10,000, let's say that they've earned 10,000 souls since you've created the character, you cannot connect to anyone that has earned 4,000 souls or less, or I think it's 15,000 souls or more, even if they're the same level as you.
So there's like, in a way, skill-based matchmaking.
Not even close. Because someone can... Let's say that somebody wants to be, like, able to invade super low-leveled players, but they also want to have, like, high stats. All they have to do is farm for just a little while and optimize their stats. As long as they stay under 10,000 soul memory, a player with optimized stats and items can 2 or 3 shot a brand new player. And if they know where to find things, then they don't have to kill anything. They can just suicide run to the item, grab the item, die, and then start invading. So it's not so much skill-based matchmaking as it is like a measure taken to avoid farming. Because if you farm too much, you can't connect to your friends. If you don't farm enough, you can't connect to anyone. It's a really stupid way of handling it. Go away, go away, go away, stupid rats.
When do you think we'll do Spectral Blade Super?
Like I said before, it'll be this weekend.
Awesome.
That guy just killed himself.
I'll be on that.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Ken recently, like trying to figure out who would be the best to actually showcase the Super. I'll be the one streaming, but I don't know enough about the Super to use it well enough to like show it myself. So we need a hunter main that uses it often.
Either Cheap or me, because I use Spectral Blade PvP only. Like, that's the only class I use.
Yeah, we were thinking
But
Cheap.
Cheap has the exotics. Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna make a mistake. And after this, I'm
29
gonna
minutes.
attempt to fight the boss. And I literally just explained what happens if you try and run through here, and then I tried to run through here. Now you see what I mean though? Like, once the stream catches up, like, look how many enemies that is.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that
He
room,
died.
that room is still less of a clusterfuck than every single area in Dark Souls 2. You want to know the really fucked up part about it? That,
You can't get those souls back because there's a shit ton of enemies.
well, I didn't have any souls on me to begin with. No, the fucked up part about it,
Oh,
there is a magic caster in that room, and if you step foot inside that room, he starts doing this stupid little dance. If he finishes the dance, every enemy in that room is buffed with like 50% extra damage, 25% more health. It's rough. And yet it's still easier than Dark Souls 2.
so if a wizard does his little nay whatever he does, he empowers every enemy there.
Yep. Check it out.
Is that the wizard?
There is the wizard's like the big tall dude. Hang on, I'm
Oh.
being chased by everything in the fucking room. Come on, one at a time, single file. Please. Yep, there you go. No, not like that. That's 2 or 3 at a time. I
He
said
could
one at a
ragdoll
time.
bodies. That was funny.
Yeah. Where did you come from? Where did you come from? What?
Holy shit.
No.
You're ragdolling the shit out of his body.
What I want to know is where all the extra guys were coming from, because, like, they were coming in from the left and from behind me. But I watched all of them follow me from the front. But no, you remember the thing I was telling you about earlier, where there's, like, an item you can get from a Covenant that boosts your iframes? It lets you do, like, acrobatic shit? What it does, it
Yeah.
allows you to do front flips, back flips, and cartwheels. And basically it replaces your dodge. If you line yourself up just right on a body and do a backflip, you can actually launch their body into the skybox.
It's just funny how you can just ragdoll. Like
That,
you were just swinging and his body was swinging with it. It was like you were using him as a sword.
Yep. That big guy up there is the magic caster. If he does his dance, everything up there is made like twice as strong. Oh, I stabbed him in the dick. I feel bad about that now. Alright, buddy, do your dance. Yep, there it is. Okay. That's cool. And now everything is glowing blue. Because they're stronger. And I allowed this to happen. Oh boy. Well, that's a few of them down. He just corner shot that. Okay, caster's dead. And so are most of them.
So once he dies, holy shit, you're dragging the fuck out of his body. But once he dies, does the buff instantly go away from the enemies, or is it like on a time limit?
The buff instantly goes away as soon as the caster's gone. So that's done. I haven't talked to God yet, so can't summon him for the fight. There's a character in this game named Solaire of Astora, and he is quite literally the greatest thing this game series has ever created. Alright. Give me your tail. Not like that. No. Stop it. Give me your tail. Thank you. Finally. Ouch. Figured I was gonna get hit there.
I'm watching
Glug.
your like I have this a split monitor. I have on the other monitor. I'm watching the Destiny the Supers video.
Which one?
It's more of a meme. When I was in it,
Ah.
the testing out the bubble. It's more of a meme than actually like a whole Sentinel thing video.
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating when you guys, like, couldn't seem to understand, hey, if you're gonna do it over there. Like, that was getting on my nerves a lot.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second, hold on. Someone's calling me.
Alright, I am gonna go ahead and cut off the stream, though.